everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Redskins going up against the Eagles. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here to his running back, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the tight end Zach Ertz is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved him and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
3 yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Boom. I'm trying to collect. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. First offensive series forthcoming. Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver that certainly needs no introduction in this league.
He's truly one of those don't blink guys because as soon as you do, he's past you and in the end zone and doesn't mind letting you know about it too.
Watch it now. All right, now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now. Barney.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
All right, here we go. Green, gun.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones, 33 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for
here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully. That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. And now a look at the Washington defense.
It seems like whenever people talk about Chris Long, the #1 thing they discuss is his motor and how relentless he is. Let's not forget, he's also a superior athlete.
To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
On second down, here's Wentz. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Wentz. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Hurry up, here we go,
Wentz to throw on second down. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
first and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
To throw, Cousins. Crowder's got it over the middle. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Play clock winding down. Now Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open. That one goes for 24 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz from 21 yards away. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And his kick is good. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
A play fake to Jones. Now Cousins going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On third down, Cousins. And able to find Garcon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Cousins with a give to Jones. Room here to run. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he knocks it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On second down, here's Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and that takes us from second to third down. We've got a 3rd and 11. They come out here in the eye. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, 75 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
but it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
2nd down following the run.
No, check, Patriots. Watch it now, Barney, set, Green, over. Hurry up, here we go, Leopard. No, check, Patriots.
Cousins now from the 50. Caught right side, Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. The defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll run it here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Cut back, and he's into the clear. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Now it's Crowder. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go play action here on first down. Deep drop, looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case,
looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Cousins now on second down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Second down, Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Cousins on first down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be first down, Redskins. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Eagles. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On first down, Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down now after the pass completion.
Watch it now, Barney.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. A final shot before half for Wentz. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. All right, now, look at 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Cousins now to throw on first down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run. And while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Cousins now on second down. Looking sideline, incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Blunt, the lone running back. On third down, Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Benny Logan with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Now Wentz. And he hits his man, Matthews. A really nice pickup at 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And quickly, they get to the line. Cousins now. This one caught by Crowder. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Preston Smith coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
All right, now look at 56. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A sizable gain there of 9 yards, but it's still 3rd and long. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense.
All right, here we go. Green, Detroit. Gun.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Now it's Crowder. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Detroit! No, check, Patriots!
2nd down, Cousins. He's got time. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go now.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And incomplete here on third down. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doctson, and it's fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. Jordan Reed has it. 17 yards on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know their defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Third down and 4.
Detroit!
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. Now Cousins hands to Jones. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed from 10 yards out. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now, because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers. But those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Ryan Matthews on third down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now it's Crowder. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. Shift together here from the D-line. One man in the backfield. That's Jones.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result is a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.